Yesterday we started welding process, and we defined welding, and then classification of welding we discussed. So welding is an adjoining process of two similar or dissimilar material with or without application of heat, with or without application of filler material, with or without application of pressure. We discussed. So basically, physics of welding. That was our GATE syllabus. GATE syllabus. So physics of welding, we understood two factors or two efficiency. That is, one is melting efficiency or melting factor, and heat transfer efficiency or heat yeah, thermal efficiency, right? So we understood to understand the physics of welding, we define two terms, two factor. One is your melting efficiency F1, right? And sorry, melting efficiency F2, and transfer factor or efficiency F1. And then we did a heat energy balance in a welding process. Already we have discussed everything, right? Where WH was the heat generated at the source, and then when we multiply with these two factors, that this factor F1 is greater less than 1 and F2 less than 1, right? And that generally that melting efficiency, right? Melting efficiency is greater than F2. And again, so F1, F2 is a factor right now, and then heat balance, that is the heat required to melt the uh, weld mass M, that must be equal to this heat received to melt. Then only welding will be possible. We have already discussed, right? We have already discussed. Then we defined unit melting energy. Unit melting energy means the energy required to melt a unit volume of the weld. So generally, this is nothing but sensible heat plus latent heat. When you both, this is equal to your ms delta T divided by if you density, right now, that is volume and volume. So basically, you understand it like that. Uh, Unit melting energy means to melt 1 unit of volume, 1 unit of the weld bed, or unit volume of the joint, right now. How much energy is required? For an example, if it is 10 joule millimeter cube, then it is 10 joule will be required to melt a 1 millimeter cube. Then same thing we wrote in terms of volume, joint volume, where this was your heat available uh, to melt, heat available to the melt, and that must be equal to your unit volume, and this is the volume of the weld bead, and this must be equal to the sensible heat and latent heat. And finally we got this. And again, that weld volume, right? Weld volume weld weld volume we discussed. We discussed AW, cross sectional area of the weld, right? Then welding speed, everything we discussed. Everything we discussed. Everything we discussed. So I'm not going to repeat it again. It will take a lot of time. Then thermal efficiency we'll discuss. Then a lot of numerical problems we solved, and feed rate of the electrode we discussed. Heat transfer mechanism in a resistant welding that we started, and finally we introduced a factor K, right now, that takes care of the melting efficiency and heat transfer efficiency. Let me just let me close this.
क्या अमन?
Fine. Now it is fast. So now we'll discuss heat transfer mechanics in a resistant welding. That was our new topic. Heat transfer, heat transfer mechanics, mechanics in a resistance welding. Resistance welding, right? And then we discussed. We already discussed the cycle, right? Welding cycle, where it is in a pressure and pressure. Finally, pressure will be on. Then we have to keep it for one time. Then pressure is to be released, right? Then this is your cycle. But resistance spot welding. This is your time. Right? We discussed already. This is one cycle. Already we have discussed. Then resistance we were discussing. Yes. Now we were discussing that we have one electrode. Right now we'll continue now. You have a workpiece. You have another workpiece. You have electrode, another electrode, right? So there is a power source. Power source. So we are discussing resistance in a spot welding. Actually, in fact, resistance is in a spot welding. This is our electrode. This is also an electrode. So there are two electrodes. We have already discussed that I square RT, that is, and then HW is equal to KI square RT, where K is a factor. Already we have discussed, right? K, that is in fact F1, F2, right? And I said F1 is equal to 1, so generally K is equal to F2. That is heat transfer efficiency. Heat transfer efficiency, factor or efficiency, because heat is generated within the material. There is no outside heat. Heat is not coming from outside. Now we discuss this is R1, right? This is this contact resistance R2, then this R3, then again contact resistance R4, material resistance R5, then this contact resistance R6, and then R7, right? Basically, we have total 7 resistances, and then 2 resistance is your electrode resistance, 2 electrode resistance, that is R1 and R7, and 2 workpiece resistance, that is your R3 and R5. Am I right? Then you have a contact surface contact resistance, that is your workpiece. You have 2 contact resistance, that is workpiece, and tool resistance, that is your R2 and R6, that is R2 and R6, and one you have a workpiece and That is also contact resistance. Contact resistance between workpiece, right now. That we call fairing surface. And that is your R4. Am I right? That is R4. So total resistance, when we talk, total resistance in that welding process is R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4 plus R5 plus R6 plus R7. Everybody is getting all these resistances coming in the path of current flow. It comes in the path of current flow, and if we are applying force, cycle force, and finally a weld bead is formed here. That weld bead is formed. This is your weld bead is formed. When we complete that cycle, your pressure is applied, current is on, then pressure is on, current is on, then your again pressure is released, right? Current is off. So that cycle completes and the spot welding performs, and the heat is available to melt is this, and this we call nugget, right? No, chicken nugget. You have heard about chicken nugget. So what is that? Gold nugget. So basically a small piece of metal or a small piece of fused material, right? No, nugget. So a nugget is formed, right? No, nugget is formed. That we call nugget. So this nugget diameter and length and diameter of nugget is important. Generally, if it is not mentioned, diameter is equal to electrode diameter, and length, if it is not mentioned, it will be your this thickness and this thickness. Two workpiece thickness. Suppose it is T1 and T2, so it is your length of the nugget will be T1 plus T2. So what is the volume? Volume of the nugget. Volume of the nugget is equal to pi by 4 d square h, where d is your electrode diameter. If it is not mentioned, I am telling you electrode diameter, and h is your T1 plus T2. If it is same thickness material, then it is equal to 2 times of the thickness of the workpiece. 2 times of the thickness. And it is evidence that when you see this right now, it is equal to diameter only. This diameter. So you know not chicken nugget, that is weld nugget volume. You know nugget volume. Nugget volume you can calculate. So what is the heat energy balance? Heat energy balance says that heat generated at the source I square RT, and heat available for a weld in this spot welding is K I square RT, right? Where T is your duration of current flow, and R is your total resistance. That is your 2R plus, we can say right now 2R, R plus 2 workpiece. Similar thing you can combine, right? Okay, let it be there. Because electrode resistance we can combine. If it is same electrode, workpiece is same, we can combine. And again that this will be equal to ms delta T plus ml, right? It is the melting. If there is a melting. If there is a melting. Now, volume of nugget we have already discussed. Volume of nugget, that is equal to pi 4 t square h. Generally, and if it is not mentioned, if it is not mentioned, you can take that d is equal to 6 root t. 6 root t millimeter. Generally, we take their diameter, right? And some more details. Let us understand in some more details right now. This nugget is formed here. This nugget, and basically this is your this is your nugget height, right? This is your nugget height. So then that nugget height, for accuracy, you can take 2 times thickness and 2 into indentation. Indentation. If indentation is mentioned, then you have to. What is the indentation? That no, that electrode. That is our electrode penetrates. When you press it, that penetrates the workpiece, and this is your indentation. So both sides, this much movement of the electrode will be there, and that is indentation. So this height, right now, this will be your H finally, right? Because this much electrode has traveled already. So the height of the nugget is 2 times indentation. It all about your problem description. If problem description is there, suppose problem is saying you clearly that take the height of the nugget 2 times of the thickness, then take 2 times. But if it is not said, and indentation, suppose they are telling it is 5% indentation is there, then you have to calculate first H. If they have not mentioned that thickness of the nugget is, or height of the nugget is 2 times, you have to take this diameter and thickness relation. If diameter is not mentioned, right? And if in your problem it is very clear that diameter of the electrode is equal to diameter of the nugget, then you don't use this. If nothing is mentioned, you have to use this. Everyone is clear. It is all about problems. Getting the point? No. Ask me doubts. If you resistance, indentation is nothing, man. It is nothing. This tool has to travel, right? Or it will travel like this. And this is your indentation. We punch travel, we studied, no? Punch travel. Where we studied punch travel? Sir, this equation applicable seat having them. Yes, true, Ravichandran. True. Otherwise, you have to take. I have explained you. Use your. Fine. So air resistance is spot welding. Welding operation is performed. If you don't understand, and if you are following me from the, you have not missed the class, and you are following me. If you have any doubt, please say repeat. Otherwise you give the keywords, but I will not answer those guys who have not attended my class and asking things. That guy has to see my recorded video first. So a resistance spot welding operation is performed on a two-piece of thick sheet using 12,000 ampere for 0.2 second duration. Electrodes are 6 mm in diameter at the contact surface. Surfaces. Okay. Resistance is assumed to be 0.0001 ohm and resulting weld nugget is 6 millimeter in diameter and 2.5 mm thick. The unit melting energy for the metal is 12 joule millimeter cube. What portion of it generated was used to form the weld nugget and what portion was dissipated into the work metal electrode and surrounding. Please solve this problem. Okay, fine. So how many people solved this? Anybody got the answer? 29.45, right? Right. Very nice. Chandan. Very nice. Very nice. So fine. So problem is very clear, right? What is that? Uh, a resistance spot welding operation is performed on two pieces of thick steel using 12,000 ampere for 0.2 seconds. So current is given and time is given. The electrodes are 6 meter in diameter. So diameter of the electrode is 6 meter. At the fine contact surface, the resistance is assumed to be 0.1. This is actually total one. They have not bifurcated or individually they have given. If not individually is not given, you take total. And resulting weld nugget is 6 meter in millimeter in diameter and 2.5 thick. So they are clearly telling you that diameter of the nugget is 6 millimeter and thickness is 2.5. This is also matches with the electrode diameter. The unit melting energy for the metal is also given 12 joule millimeter cube. What portion of the heat generated was used to form the weld nugget and what portion was dissipated into the work metal electrode, right? No. So it is the picture. So you have electrode. Finally, this weld nugget is formed. This is 1.5 mm thickness. So this is your weld nugget. Weld heat generated at the source, you know, H is equal to I square RT, where you know everything. Current, you have ohms, then you have a seconds, and this comes to be 2880 joule. So this much heat is generated at the source, right? No, that is, and what, and this I explained you all. Sum of all resistance is given to you individually. They have not given you, but in some problem they will be giving you. In some problem, again I am telling you, they will give you different electrodes. I mean, individually. Then that time you have to add. So energy required to melt the volume is equal to, you know, the volume, and you know the unit melting energy, this much, right? This is the thing. So heat generated was 2880, and how much heat was used? Uh, that is 847. So this 847 joule was used to form the nugget, to form the nugget, form the nugget, form the nugget. And what about total? So total is this much minus 847. This is how much? 2033 joule. So this much energy were lost, where it went to the, it conducted through the material, it conducted through the electrode, and finally dissipated into the surrounding. Means this is the waste heat. That is the, so percentage, if we calculate, so almost 70.5% heat is lost, is lost to the work material, and electrodes and surrounding. Individually we don't know work material, through work material how much, through electrode how much, individually we don't know. When we take all together, so this much 70% heat is dissipated into the surrounding through the work material electrode. So, right, if in this question somebody asks you what is thermal efficiency of the process, thermal efficiency of the process. So thermal efficiency already we have uh, discussed, useful and then total, right? No, that is the philosophy already we have. So what is the useful is your 847 divided by, what is that, 2880. What is that answer? Tell me, man. What is the answer? बोलो भाई, कितना आएगा? इत्रा इत्रा वैनम, what is the Malayalam? 29.45. So only 29%. So 29%. So thermal efficiency is only 29%. Is it clear to all now? बाबा समझ में आ गया सबको? Is it okay, Ramchandran, Nikhil, Neeraj? Anupam, Chandan, Mohit, Rajat, Parveen. There are two Parveens here. Where is other friends? Okay. Fine, everybody is fine. This problem is a little bit, it is a big problem, but you have to solve. Two metallic.
ఏమైనా ఒకటి
Okay, this is the question you have to solve. I repeat the question. Very easy. Question is big, but concept what we discussed that will be sufficient to solve your entire gate problem. Anyway, let me go green. So two metallic sheet, 2 mm thickness, that is T, is in a lap joint, right now, lap joint, and current is given to you. So basically your I is given 10,000 kilowatt, means this much ampere. Then time is given, let me, fine. Time is your 0.01 second, because it's a millisecond, 10 milliseconds, right? Then your heat required, that, okay, it got hanged, wait. So two metallic sheet of each 2 mm thickness welded in a lap joint configuration uh, by resistance spot is spherical fusion zone extending up to the full thickness of the each sheet is formed. It means it is like this. This is the weld nugget, and this is your spherical shape. And you know this thickness is 2 mm. And what will be the radius? So radius will be 2 mm because this is diameter, right? This is also 2 mm. So you know the volume. Volume you can calculate 4 by 3 pi r cube. This will be your volume. And unit melting energy is not given. Unit melting energy is not given, but it is given. Latent heat is given. Specific heat is given. Right? Density is given. Volume, you know, 4 by 3 pi r cube. R is 2 mm. Right? Then contact resistance along sheet is given, that is 500 ohms. Electrode sheet is 0. No conductive loss through the bulk material. They are saying there is no conductive loss through the bulk material. The complete weld fusion is at melting temperature. Find thermal efficiency. So first you calculate heat generated. That will be equal to I square RT. So I is your 10,000. How much? I is 10,000. Right? 10,000. And time resistance is 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 6. That is in micron. And duration is 0.01. So you calculate this. This will come here 500. 500 joule it will come. Because you have 2 and here 4. This all 6 gone. Right? I square. So one more 10,000 will be there, no? So 10,000 into this. So it will be your 5. Right? It will be 1,000. 500. Am I right? It is 5,500. Then we'll calculate heat required.
बच्चे की क्लास चल रही है
MCP and MS already discussed, right? This much. So what is the volume? Density, mass will be your already discussed. Rho V, that is rho into pi by 4. Sorry, not pi by 4. Rho 4 by 3 pi r cube. And then this is the mass. CP is given to you. Delta T, that is your Tm minus Ta. Tm is given, Ta is given. Right? Tm is your how much? 17 something is there, and the Ta is also given. L is given. You can calculate heat required, and this is heat generated. Then what is that? Thermal efficiency. So thermal efficiency will be your the heat required. Heat required will be your how much? 352.5. This is heat required. This much joule. And heat generated is 500. So thermal efficiency will be your 352.5 divided by 500. That is equal to 70.5%. It is very high because it is not conducted through the sheet material and all. Everybody getting this? Yes, no? Tell me. If you want to make it complex and tough, then it's up to you. But problem is very simple. Simple energy balance is required. Weld nugget volume, unit melting energy is not given. So already we have discussed the sensible heat, latent heat. You know mass of the nugget. Nugget is at melting temperature. It is not superheated state. So only latent heat and sensible heat will be required, no superheat. And all, I mean, you know the magnet volume, it is in a spherical shape, it is clearly mentioned. Resistance, why thermal efficiency is very high? Because there is no loss. Loss is not there, man. They are telling no loss. What to do? We estimated this. Reason is very simple. It is clearly written that no conductive heat loss through the bulk sheet material. They are saying no conductive heat loss. No conductive heat loss. When there is heat no loss, I mean there is no loss of heat, of course thermal efficiency will be high. It is not heat engine. Why? It is not a heat engine. Okay, it is a simple process. It is a welding process. It is a spot resistant spot welding process. It is not a heat engine. It is not a heat engine. Okay. What is the maximum efficiency of heat engine? Tell me anybody? 50%, huh? Or 50.5? What is the maximum efficiency of an engine? 1 minus TL by TH. What is the maximum efficiency of engine? 50.5. It is not a thermal efficiency of process. It is in a process. Everybody is fine with this concept, or anybody any doubt? Tell me. Please tell me if you have any doubts, sir. I will repeat. Because I am very lazy guy. I don't repeat many times until you say. If you tell me, I will teach you. I mean, I will repeat it 100 times. But he don't ask. If you don't ask, crying baby only gets milk. If you don't cry, you will not get milk. What about Rajat? Parveen is fine. And what about other guys? Our Mohit, Anupam, Chandan is fine. Munir. Where is the Munir Babu? Where is the Neeraj? Are you getting Neeraj? Neeraj is from, what do you call, Cochin. Gate ask this much only. If you solve the gate question, then only you will understand. Sir, if no conductivity loss happens, then how efficiency is only 75.5%? No conductive loss happens. What about other losses? There are other losses, no? They are saying loss is not through the seats, but what about the electrodes? What about the contact surfaces? There is no conductive loss, but there may be convective radiation. Neither is getting, maybe it may be radiation, it may be convection, or it may be very good. Yes, very nice. What is that guy's question? Is very nice. When nothing works, nothing works. Then that what I have studied in ISC, man. Energy conservation. So you are supplying I square RT, right? This is the system. First law thermodynamics. First law thermodynamic analysis of analysis of resistance spot welding. Q is equal to du plus W, right? No. So heat is supplied. What about the useful things? Suppose, right now, you apply first law of thermodynamics here for this process. We have to apply first law of thermodynamics to this process. There is no work. Work is equal to 0, right? This is for closed system. Closed system. This is for closed system, right? There is no. This is for closed system. So, what about this? Work is 0. Change in energy, internal energy is what your. And you apply first law of thermodynamics for this process and tell me. What about the heat dissipation? Q. What is the net? So net heat supplied is equal to Q addition minus Q rejection, and that will be used to change the internal energy. And here internal energy is changed, that is pi 4 d square into H into ms delta T plus ml, not M. So what is the Q rejected? You can calculate Q rejected. Mass, what is the mass? Mass is mass 4 by 3 pi RQ rho. That is your mass. Parveen. So 7,000 into 4 by 3 pi into 2 millimeter. This is your mass. Now we'll discuss a lot of problems are there. Problems you need to solve. Okay. Now we'll discuss problems. Other problems you have to solve. Other problems you have to solve. We'll move ahead, yeah. We'll jump now. Or you want to solve some more problems? Tell me. Do you want to solve some more problems, or should you? I mean, will you solve it? I mean, you can solve it your home, right? I mean, by your own. One more, sir. Fine, fine, Neeraj. Spot welding of two 1 mm thick sheets of steel. What is the density of steel? 8,000 kilogram meter cube. Is carried out successfully by passing a certain amount of current for 0.1 second through the electrodes the resultant weld nugget formed is 5 mm diameter and thick. Micro-ohm, okay. Okay, so there is a problem here. Unit melting energy is not given. Here is specific heat not given. So what to do? Specific heat is not given. Ambient temperature is not given. So ms delta T plus ml. So these terms, how to calculate these terms? So you have to take only these terms. So that ml will be equal to your I square RT. And you can calculate I. So this ml will be m is your again density pi by 4 d square h. You can calculate I because no, it is not given. Unit melting energy is not given. Specific heat is not given. Ambient temperature is not given. You cannot assume, right? So you have to solve with the given data. You have to solve with the given data. This is in fact it is a gate question. You cannot assume something, right? So ml, it will be, that is equal to I square RT, I square RT, right? So you calculate I. Calculate I, it will come 4060 ampere.
ये उस पलंग की चादर कहाँ है? In a spot pulse laser welding of aluminum plates, density is given, specific heat given, melting temperature is given, latent heat of melting is given. At a temperature of 30 centigrade, laser pulse with energy 0.5 joule is focused onto an area of 0.05 millimeter square if
The entire energy is coupled into the material what will be the depth of weld what will be the depth of weld assuming cross section area of the weld is circular and uniform throughout its depth and only heat conduction and heat conduction in the direction of penetration in the direction of penetration. Okay, please solve this. Please solve this. So in a spot pulse laser welding, it is not your spots resistant welding. It is a pulse laser welding of aluminum plates. Density this given, the melting temperature is given, latent heat is given, at a temperature, surrounding temperature is given. Laser pulse with energy, pulse energy is given, is focused onto an area of 0.05 millimeter square. Means this much energy is focused and a 0.5 joule energy is focused on this area, right? So basically if you see you have a laser pulse right now, it is like you have two aluminum sheet and laser torch is there, so they focus here and yeah, right, this is a laser torch, laser beam, and it is focused and the energy 0 point how much it is pulsed, means once switch off switch on, right? So it is a pulse 0.5 joule, right? No, very small amount of energy, 0.5 joule. Where is the 0.5 joule? It is focused in the area of 0.05 millimeter. Even area is smaller. This area is 0.05 millimeter square. Can you, means it is in a this much area, means 0.05 millimeter, very small area, very small area, and then heat is penetrate into the depth, so heat will passing going like this, it is not going like this, it is not in a conducted in the, so it is in a depth, so depth is suppose h, right? H is the depth, so how much depth is there, the depth you have to find right now, so you can assume it is a depth is h, h is suppose depth. So what is the volume? So volume will be your that cross section area 0.05 millimeter square into h. This is your volume. What is the mass? If you apply with the density, it will give you mass. Mass will be your 0.05 millimeter square into h into rho. So this is mass is there. Now you apply that energy equations. Here it is I square RT is not there. Here directly they have given you this much energy. So MS delta T plus ML. You apply and you know 0.5 is equal to this is mass is this much, 0.05 into density. Density is your, this is in millimeter square, so everything you put in a SI unit, right? It is your job. So I write like this 0.6 and H, and your density is this much, and then you can take this common delta T is your how much? Specific heat is 896, and then you have a temperature, melting temperature minus ambient temperature 303, and then you have latent heat, that is 398 into 10 raised to power 3, because 3 it is in kilo, right? Now it is in kilojoule, so you can calculate H. As in the beginning I had said in the physics of welding, any source of energy, so basically it is we are now studying, you know, physics of welding. Basically we are studying heat energy balance in the welding process. That is engineer's job, that is a mechanical engineer's thermal analysis of the welding. What we are doing now, we are simply doing thermal, because we are mechanical, we are not from production side. So again I am telling you, production engineers question will be different, and mechanical engineer questions will be biased towards thermal engineering, and less about production or metallurgy or manufacturing or production. It will be biased towards thermal science, thermal engineering, and the fundamental concepts will remain same, and simple engineering principle, heat energy balance, mass energy balance, right? And that's all. Everybody is clear, and this answer is 3.85 mm. Everybody got this answer? One more, sir. 4061 ampere. What is the current? Current is fine. Current, I don't know. Duration. Current, yes. You are true, Rajat. You are true. 4061 is the current. What do this question, whether you understood pulse laser beam welding problem? Everybody got this problem, particularly this problem? I am talking about this problem. And this is a solution. Don't make it big. It is energy, is it is a pulse energy, so energy is falling, right? So energy is coming, this is the energy, this is the energy, this is the energy, and this energy will be utilized to melt the sheet. I mean that area is given, and this is your thickness. Basically it will form a nugget, right? Or 0.05 millimeter square area. They are asking to how much depth, so H you have to find. This is your, everything is given, very small problem. Don't, I mean, think much, simply apply energy balance. 3.846, fine answer. Very nice, Miras. 3.84, correct. So today class is here. Tomorrow we'll discuss arc welding. Arc welding we'll discuss. Okay. Whether you guys are okay, 11 o'clock tomorrow? 10 o'clock tomorrow is fine. Anybody any issue tomorrow? 10 o'clock? Oh, working. Okay, fine. Evening will do. Evening we will. Evening is fine, right? Evening. So tomorrow class. So homework. Solve all GATE question 1987 2020 of topics that we have covered. Evening will do. So we have covered topic today, physics of welding. Physics of welding. So you have to solve all gate question of topics that we have already covered. Okay. Okay, thank you all. Tomorrow 7 o'clock we'll arrange class. Okay, thank you. Tomorrow. Okay. Good night. Good night.